Thank you very much, Master of Ceremony, Honorable Minister of Higher Education, Innovation and Technology, Itakandi Murangi, Honorable Speaker, Mr. Kachavivi, Honorable former Prime Minister Nas Angula, Professor Kenneth Matengu, Professor Bakri Osman, Professor Bandel Oyevole, distinguished guests and participants to this conference. It is an honor for the EU to have been invited to this conference tackling the important theme of advancing excellence in African higher education. Higher education systems are at the heart of major social and economic transformation that are required to achieve green and equitable future. Progressing to a knowledge-based economy and putting skilled human capital at the center of Africa's agenda is essential for building the continent's autonomy, strength, and resilience to address major challenges. The 6th European Union African Union Summit in 2022 in Brussels was a landmark where leaders committed to step up efforts to promote scientific cooperation, share knowledge, encourage exchanges of young people, students and researchers between the continents, and develop partnerships between universities with the aim to promote excellence. At the summit, the first Global Gateway investment package was also tabled, an investment package especially for Africa. The Global Gateway strategy is about boosting smart, clean, secure links in digital transport, energy, and climate-relevant sectors, and strengthen education, research, and health systems. The investment package for Africa, which pulls together funds from the EU, EU member states, EU banks, in a Team Europe initiative, aims to mobilize 100 billion euro of investments by year 2027. Education and research is not only one of the standalone pillars of the Global Gateway, it is also key to support the success of investments in all other sectors. The investment package calls for a comprehensive approach to investment in education, research, addressing the capacity needs of all actors in knowledge triangle, including their abilities to establish links and act together. It is fully aligned with African Union's Agenda 2063, which envisions to catalyze education and skills revolution and actively promote science, technology, research and innovation to build knowledge, human capital, capabilities and skills required to drive innovation. To this end, AAU Innovation Agenda, jointly developed between the continents, will also greatly contribute. One of the flagships of Global Gateway Investment Package is an initiative which will boost Africa-EU cooperation in higher education. The Youth Mobility for Africa flagship aims to foster inclusive learning mobility opportunities through exchanges, scholarships, and cooperation projects to support regional and continental harmonization mechanisms to promote quality and attractiveness of African higher education systems and ultimately to contribute to the empowerment of youth. We would like to see European and African actors joining and pushing this important area further apart. By bringing together existing and new EU-funded actions under one umbrella, such as Erasmus+, Intra-Africa Academic Mobility Scheme, and others that we will talk more deeply tomorrow after lunch in the plenary session of the Youth Mobility for Africa flagship, we will be able to strengthen and harmonize multiple initiatives, seek more synergies and complementarities, and improve coordination between EU and African partners and stakeholders. Lastly, as the conference takes place in Namibia this time, I would like to underscore the fruitful cooperation the EU has with Namibia in areas of human development, education, including foundational skills, inclusive green growth, as well as supporting governance and gender equality. This is in addition to other sectors the EU has been cooperating with Namibia over the past years. Thank you very much for your kind attention, and I wish you lots of inspiring discussions during the days to come. Thank you.
Thank you to the Honourable Ministers and our hosts, AAU and the University of Namibia, for inviting us to be here at this conference and to give this goodwill message. We at Education Sub-Saharan Africa, or ESSA, have been delighted to partner with AAU now for over 6 years. And at ESSA, we are all about connecting evidence and data on education from Africa with people who have the power to make a difference. People like you here in this room today. And so it's been a privilege for us to work with AAU, an organisation that is demonstrating such leadership in improving data collection and use with universities across the continent. I want to highlight just a couple of the partnerships that we've worked on with AAU. For 5 years now, we have partnered with the Population Reference Bureau to reveal the scale of challenges faced in faculty recruitment and retention by universities across Africa. ESSA, AAU, Population Reference Bureau, we first undertook this work in Ghana in collaboration with the University of Ghana, and we have then taken that work to the East African community and have been working in partnership there with the Inter-University Council of East Africa. And you can hear the results of that work. Tomorrow we'll be talking more about what we found in terms of faculty gaps and how we can fill those at the plenary session tomorrow afternoon. But AAU and ESSA, we're not just about understanding the problem, understanding the scale of the challenge. We're also about solutions. And so we have partnered with AAU to establish the African Jobs Board platform. So the platform, africa.edujobs.com, is now operated by AAU. Please go there to connect academics with job opportunities across the continent. But we wouldn't be able to be connecting all of this great evidence, all of this great data, without the underlying work that is done by academics, by education researchers in Africa. And that is why at ESSA we have a really big focus on strengthening the field of education research within Africa. And so I'd like to invite delegates to an important session we'll be running on Thursday afternoon. That's parallel session 3A, where we will be launching a consultation on how to strengthen the field of education research in Africa. We invite you all to contribute to a vision of how the field of education research could be in 10 years' time if it had the right investment, the right support, and the right partnerships. So, again, I want to thank AAU for providing such an important platform, along with the University of Namibia, for education leaders to come together. The collective brain power in this room today is phenomenal. I hope you can all feel it. And I'm very excited for the challenges that we will tackle together over the coming days. Thank you.
Distinguished Minister, guests, presidents, ladies and gentlemen, friends, good morning. Thank you very much for conference committee invited our Chinese delegation of higher education attend this conference. And it is my great honor to have an opportunity here to deliver a speech. On behalf of Chinese Association of Higher Education, I would like to express my warm congratulations on this forum and my sincere gratitude to all of you. The world today is experiencing significant changes unseen in the century, with higher education undergoing profound transformation, how to achieve high-quality development and make greater contribution to social development is a major issue of the common sense in the field of higher education worldwide. This forum is both timely and significant as it focuses on how to promote the excellence of African higher education. Ladies and gentlemen, and friends, China and African countries are good friends, partners, brothers, who stand by each other through thick and thin. Our cooperation is with the people's want, and it is promising. In recent years, we have seen great achievements in the cultures and academic exchanges and scientific research cooperation between the two countries. And the strategic cooperation mechanism has been gradually established. In the 2020, CAHE and AAU established friendly ties and jointly promote international exchanges and cooperation in higher education in the post-pandemic era, achieving certain progress also. In the 2022, two sides signed a MOU, formally establishing a cooperative relationship and agree to hold an annual conference of the China-African Consortium of University Exchange Mechanism at this forum, providing a platform for exchanges and mutual development and contributing wisdom and strength to the higher education development. We sincerely hope the work with the African universities to build unimpeded communication channels between our two countries, teachers and students, create more down-to-earth and appealing the projects, expand cultural exchanges, and promote the workshops and seminars, teacher and student exchange, and entrepreneurship and employment, also to help young people thrive and let the tree of our friendship grow even bigger. On July 30th and 31st of this year, CAHE will host a Global University Leaders Forum with the theme of the changing times and university mission. In Beijing, we sincerely invite all of you to participate in this event and explore the future path of the university development together. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, there is an old Chinese saying, when brothers are of one mind, they have strength to cut through metals. The bright future of our exchange and cooperation in higher education must be achieved with the joint effort of all of us. Let us work together to build a closer China-Africa community with a shared future. Finally, I wish the forum a full success, and I wish everyone good health and success in all of your endeavors. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Distinguished personalities here present, I stand proxy for the Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, Professor Pierre Gomez, who asked me to give a very brief statement here. First of all, let me congratulate UNAM for being the host of this event. and we've been impressed since we arrived. And the theme, as we all know, advancing excellence in higher education in Africa, the Gambia remains a strong partner to the Association of African Universities. Just for a reminder, last November, we were the host of the ACE Impact Project in the Gambia. Unfortunately, the guy who was very present during the whole process, the former vice president, we lost him in January this year. But the minister is conveying his deepest appreciation, really, to the project and also to the advancement of higher education as it continues to work. I think the few message that we will share here without prolonging this event is to see that as we continue on this theme, certain issues need to really be put into perspective. Most importantly, the issue of higher education financing. Certainly when my distinguished colleague from Namibia spoke and made a presentation, I think it kind of summarized most of what we will have to be debating about here. Financing is one key factor. The second thing is the development of research in particular and publication for professors in the continent. Basically, that has been also a challenge for many African universities. And the harmonization of programs to be able to allow the promotion of student mobility within the continent is also one key factor. There are certain universities that find it very hard to get themselves recognized within other countries. So I think these are issues that should also be put under perspective. And most importantly also to strengthen inter-university cooperation in the South, meaning the South-South cooperation, especially in the areas of staff mobility. I think it's important also that African professors move from universities to other universities in Africa to gather experience, to strengthen their knowledge and their understanding of the African continent. And certainly that could be a platform also to find lasting solutions to most of the key problems that we face. To conclude here, I would like to urge the AAU to further strengthen the connection among African universities. They have been doing it, and we have to really commend our colleague, Professor Oyewale, and also the mentorship of the council for the work that has been done and they are doing so far. We want to thank all the partners who are making these gatherings possible, and we express also profound gratitude to the government of Namibia for providing all the support that is needed for this conference. Thank you very much.
Honorable Minister, distinguished authorities and participants, good morning. Buenos dias. It is a true honor for me to be accompanying you in this important conference. I greet you on behalf of the universities of Latin America and Caribbean. The Latin American and the Caribbean higher education space, ENLACES, is composed of national and regional organizations, networks, and higher education institutions that seek to articulate, integrate, and represent higher education in Latin America and the Caribbean. A special thanks to Professor Olusola, with whom we have been working for several years in order to identify the best routes that allow us to deepen the academic and research relationships between our continents. Professor Olusola, we are confident that thanks to your leadership, we will make significant progress in these shared goals. I would also like to thank Obreal Global for their ongoing work that facilitates our approach. We have a delegation from our continent, Argentina, Brazil, Mexico, Colombia, who will be accompanying you during this conference. Once again, thank you very much for this invitation. We hope it will be very beneficial for everyone. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Honorable Minister, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to give this goodwill message in my capacity as the President of the International Academy of Food Science and Technology, IAFOST, and board member of the International Union of Food Science and Technology, IUFOST, with headquarters in Ontario, Canada. I must thank Professor Oyewole for the partnership that we have established with Association of African Universities. Established in 1970, AAU is the global voice of food science and technology and the sole recognized representative of the discipline elected into the International Science Council, ISC. It is a non-profit federation of national and regional food science organizations with over 300,000 members representing over 100 nations. AAU aims to strengthen food science and technology's role in helping secure the world's food supply and eliminate world hunger by delivering programs targeted to these needs. Food insecurity, poverty, poor nutrition and health are among the leading developmental challenges of Africa captured in the Sustainable Development Goals. The theme of the 2023 Conference of Rectors, Vice Chancellors, and Presidents of African Universities, Advancing Excellence in African Higher Education, is particularly apt and underscores the partnership between AAU and the Association of African Universities in supporting food science and technology education in Africa through capacity building, curriculum development, international accreditation of degree programs, and other initiatives, as well as promoting food production and agro-processing. To start with, in the next 5 years, AAU and AAU will be addressing food security and food safety challenges in Africa and the SDGs through actions targeted at reducing post-harvest food losses and food waste, mitigating environmental effects through innovation and new technologies, expanding knowledge of traditional foods and processes and their health aspects, educating consumers on food choices and new alternatives for healthy diets for all, especially combating undernutrition, amongst other initiatives. We congratulate the Association of African Universities, the University of Namibia, and look forward to a most successful conference. I want to invite you to our special session on Thursday afternoon. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Dear Minister, dear President, dear Secretary General, good morning, bon dia, bonjour, guten tag, buen dia. Let me start apologizing for not being able to say good morning, one of the beautiful languages spoken in Namibia. I hope to learn how to say at least one of them, good morning, by the end of this trip. We at Goodwill Global feel very proud to be here. I want to congratulate the University of Namibia and AAU for all the work done in organizing this conference. We also feel very proud to support all the work that, led by Professor Olusula, AAU is doing for African higher education. We have been working, Olusula and colleagues, for many years together, probably more than 10. And we have done many things, but I want to underline 2 initiatives that are going to be very present in the program in the next few days. The first one that has been advanced already by my European colleague, which is framed in an European Commission, African Union Commission initiative, the HAQUA initiative, that we will be speaking during the next days and in many sessions. The second one, which is a much more humble but ambitious initiative we have been promoting together with AAU, is a truly and concrete interregional policy dialogue in higher education. The presence of a very numerous delegations from Europe, Argentina, Mexico, Brazil, and Colombia proves that the job we have been doing, dear Secretary General, is working. We are sure that, and we hope that this conference will be a milestone in enhancing the African voice, putting it at the center of a real South-South-North interregional approach that contributes to build bridges, to bring us closer, but also, and probably more important, to find solutions to the common challenges we share in Europe, Latin America, and Africa. Thank you very, very much.